Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Thursday, and it is build day 393 on the construction schedule here at Feliz. We're going to go back to the construction schedule calendar with the numbers again when I open up sometime. I got to thinking, even though we only have a construction crew of 2, and we'll probably pick up some more construction workers in October, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. I like using the construction number, so it gives you sort of a perspective in the amount of days it takes to build something of this scope, this level of effort. So today, Thursday, the guys are upstairs. They've already started working on the tiling up on the second floor. I'm down here in the basement because I don't have any visitors today, and it gives me the opportunity to do some of the projects that I need to catch up on. Remember, I have a couple of them, which is this table for the umbrella stand, and I have to go back working on the raised bed garden. I don't know that I'll get both of them today. I'll get as much as I can do on either or both tasks. So let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So along with my trusty assistant right here, Hot Pone, we're going to start working on this project down here in the basement. So what I'm going to do to speed things up for me and have a little bit more accuracy, I'm going to create a little jig so that I can line up all of these vertical supports which are going to make up the wall of this tabletop to connect the bottom to the top. So I need some drill holes inside so I can go ahead and secure these 2x4s to the bottom. So what I have is I have a little piece of residue. This already has some holes in it. I'm going to make a new one. But this has the same 22.5 degree angles on the edge of it. You can see it fits right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a new piece out of stock over here. I'm going to put 4 little holes in there, and those are going to be the 4 holes that are going to line the screws that go up underneath the bottom that secure the base to the 2x4 side supports. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then we'll start drilling some holes and see how everything fits. Now, before I continue doing this, I want to walk upstairs. It's break time for the guys. They're on their first morning break. I want to show you something I observed last night, and I brought it to the attention of the tilers this morning. Let's go upstairs real quick to the second floor. Now, here's an important tip. You know how I always talk about oversight? Well, we're going to talk about oversight again right now, and we're going to talk about assumptions. Never assume your workers understand everything that you're trying to explain to them. Never assume that even though they did it one way where you might have corrected them for making a mistake in another part of the house, that they're going to repeat and do it correctly in the next. It's a possibility that they will go back and make that same mistake again. Case in point here. Now, down on the first floor in the comfort room, on the first floor in the shower, when they did the cutout for the control valve that goes inside here, I had them do the rounded cutout to allow for this right here, this fixture right here that goes over it, and to allow me to be able to get to these screws and remove this valve assembly in the event that there is some type of problem, a failure in the future. You should always assume that something is going to fail and make it as easy as possible for you to fix the problem. This one basically, it's these 2 screws, and you can pull this whole assembly out right here. Now, when they did it on the first floor, they ran the tile. Let me see if I can grab a piece of tile. They ran the tile all the way up to the valve over here, just like this right here. Now there is a cover that goes over this. Let me see if I can find the cover for you. Not the one that I just showed you for the faceplate, but this right here. So down on the first floor, when you tried to put this over, it wouldn't go over. It went right up against the tile. You couldn't push it all the way into the wall. Well, now I made them do the correction. I drew a semicircle around both sides, and we were able to push this in all the way to do a final finish. So here, I gave them the hardware up here again, and the first time they installed it, which is this piece of tile right here, this piece of tile, they made it perfectly square. You see the top. And then I had them do a correction to do the round circle on both sides. You can see it's rounded now, but they chipped the tile and they had to replace this whole piece. Now when they replaced the tile, they put this section in, and instead of doing what I asked them to, where I drew out the nice semicircle on both sides, they made it easy. They did it easy for themselves. They made this big square. Well, let me show you what happens now. Now, when you put the faceplate on, you have this big gap up here where they didn't do what I asked them to just do the circle on both sides. That's all I wanted them to do, was cut out the circle. Now, we are going to have to replace this tile, 161 pesos. We already replaced this tile, 161 pesos. Now, I'm not going to be satisfied having this big hole over here on the side, so this is going to have to be removed again, which basically we're talking about we've already spent 2 hours changing this out, and it's going to take at least another hour. So we've wasted 3 hours worth of manpower today, and at the same time we've wasted 161 pesos times 2. Well, it is lunchtime. The guys just let me know they're going to grab a bite to eat. It is noon. I'm still working down here inside the basement, and I made some modifications. I made some changes to my design of that table. I might as well tell you while we're right here. So what I'm going to do, I cut out all the sections. I was going to have it filled all the way around with nothing but this small gap here, about a 2-centimeter gap. I was going to do that all the way around, but I got to thinking, if I want to put the iron base inside there, I think I'm going to leave this out. And I set it up on the floor. And if you look at it kind of like at an angle like this, it actually looks better doing it like this, because I have access to the adjustment mechanism. Even if I put it inside there, I don't have to put it in there. I got to thinking, you have no idea how heavy this is. This composite wood is extremely heavy. It's a very dense material of natural wood, along with like epoxies and fillers. And this is super heavy. I don't know. I will try to do a measurement of weight, the best calculation as possible when I get done putting all this together with all the pieces of wood. But what that means is I might not even have to use that iron base. I could put a hole in the very center down here, and put a hole in the top, and I think that's going to be heavy enough to support that umbrella, because I believe it's going to be twice the weight of the iron base, the metal base that was going to be used, and sitting down inside here. We will see. It doesn't matter one way or the other, it's going to work. But I like this design better. And right now what I'm doing, it's flipped upside down right now. These pieces right here that I'm doing, I'm cutting a bunch of supports. So you can see these are the supports I'm putting in right now that hold the top of the table to the sides. Now here from the other side, I just drilled some holes through the bottom, secured them 2 each all the way around, and that's extremely sturdy. So this is a very sturdy table and a very heavy table. Now once I get all this done, I will go ahead and I will find the exact point of center for the pole to go through, and then I'll do the finish on the other side, because the other side looks just like this right now, and it has a hole in it. So I'll decide if I want to continue using this type of wood inside of here for a filler, or maybe do something like leftover granite. We'll see. Now, let's go upstairs and take a look and see where we're at halftime, at noon, lunchtime today on that project. Did they correct the tile work like I asked them to? Where are they at as far as the other tile work that needs to be done up there? I think we lost about 3 hours worth of work doing corrections today. Now, I would rather lose a few hours worth of labor plus a few pesos worth of material so that I don't have to look over the next however many years I live in retirement at a hole in the wall that I wish would have been corrected when we built the house. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and see how it looks. So as you can see, exactly how I asked them to do it, this time using my diamond bit cutter. And this looks very clean, very good. So now if I have to do any maintenance after I put the cover over this, and I have to pull out either this assembly or this assembly, which is attached only by these two screws right here, then it's very easy to do. But the other way, no. And also, while the one tiler was working on this area here today, the other tiler was working underneath the counter, putting this section in. So this is done here, and half of this is done, or 2/3 of this is done down here. So we're making some progress. Well, as I said, it's lunchtime. I'm going to go downstairs and prepare some lunch. Ness is calling me on the Amazon Alexa phone thingy. Like, you need to get here now so I can go to bed. So I'm gonna go down there and chat with her, tell her good night, tuck her in, eat some lunch, and then we will get back into production. Now, still not finished, and I had some distractions that caused me to make some mistakes today. And these holes that you see on the top, there were supposed to be no holes. Somehow I got distracted. I was upstairs attending to the questions or identifying the problems that we had with the tiling upstairs. And when I came back down, I just started drilling, and I started drilling thinking that the top was the bottom or the bottom was the top, and I just started putting holes in the wrong side. Anyway, we all make mistakes, but you know what? This is an outside patio table, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So even though I like to go for perfection, again, it's outdoor furniture. It's going to be in the rain and everything like that. So I'll fill these in with something, or I'll come up with some type of a solution. But remember, this is still not done. I still have to do a fill-in for this portion because it's all going to be the same levelness. Well, anyway, let's go upstairs and look and see the guys that are doing the tiling. They're gone for the day. Let's go see where they're at on that project. Now, as you can see, we moved from this tiling, and I'm so glad that looks so much better, and it's going to be so easy if I need to do maintenance on that. Well, anyway, they stopped on this portion right here. You see they're up to that side, and they started moving on to the mosaic tile for the ceiling, just like we have the mosaic tile for the ceiling in the shower area in the comfort room on the first floor. So we're there. And you see, even though they have the tile adhesive up there, you're thinking, oh, well, that tile adhesive is going to be dry by tomorrow. Why did they do that? Well, what I asked them to do, I asked them to do some build-up. My builder, when he installed the shower head, this pipe, this chrome pipe that's inside here, it is so close to the edge. When you put the protective cover, remember there's like a square or a round cover that slides over the pipe. If you put the tile right there, it would actually be right on the trim and it wouldn't look right. So I asked them to do a little bit of build-up, push this out just a bit, so when we put that square trim on there for the shower head, it will be offset just a little bit deeper, and it won't be sitting right on top of the corner trim that we're going to put across here. And like I said earlier today, the tiling was done back here in this area of the vanity, and the storage area, the vanity over here. So that is all complete, and that looks really nice. Now while we're in here, remember I just picked up 60 tiles. We were 60 tiles short according to the tile guys here. So I picked up what they told me to get. But 60 tiles isn't enough. One thing is, remember, they broke this, or they installed this incorrectly a couple times. And I said earlier this morning that was going to cost me 2 tiles. Well, it's going to actually cost me either 3 or 4 tiles. Why, you say? Because they had to remove this tile over here. Now, to be able to get this tile out over here, they had to destroy this tile over here because it's pushed up against it. And when they tried to get it out, they broke both of these tiles. So that's 4. They told me now they need 15 more tiles to complete this job inside here. Now, I don't know how they could, I could see just a few tiles off, or maybe 2 tiles. I don't know how they could have miscalculated 15 tiles. But we are 15 tiles off, and that means I have to run down to Wilcon tonight because they need that to finish that. They will finish this, I think they will finish this entire bathroom tomorrow with those 15 tiles. And once they get done with the tile works for the walls, for the ceiling up there, let's see, oh, and the granite that goes around the window fixture right here. Once they get done with that, there's not a lot that they're going to do in here. There's still work that has to be done in here, such as the openings, the holes for the vessel sinks, for the fixtures behind the vessel sinks. Also, let's see what else. Oh, grouting inside here. And I have to put in the fixture that goes into the floor for the bathtub that's going to go in here. You know, the big faucet that's going to be going to the top of the big tub that we have here. Now, I'm going to be doing most of that myself. I'm going to do the vessel sink holes myself. I'm going to do the grouting in here myself. I will probably work with my builder, maybe doing the installation of the faucet for the bathtub. I'm not sure when we get to that. But they also still have to put the plumbing in. They have to put the plumbing. They have to put the lavatory in right here. Hey, hop on. Hey. What do you say? All right, I think Hapon is trying to tell me we are going to close for today. But before we close, we're going to do a... You want to help me with this birthday shout out for today? We have one birthday shout out for today. And it's for Wheaton Tasoy's son, Mark, who is turning 30 today. And Wheaton wanted us to know that Mark lives in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois in the USA. So anyway, to you, Mark, happy birthday. Silly dog. Well, anyway, that's about it for today. I'm predicting that by Saturday the tiles will be done with most of their responsibility that they're going to be doing up on the second floor in the comfort room, the bathroom up there. Then they'll probably be moving out here to the fence post, like I said earlier. I still have work to do up there. Remember, I have the task that I want to do that with the vessel sinks and the fixtures, and what was the other thing? On the grout. So I will be working up there. So that's probably at least a couple of days worth of work for me, as long as I don't have to do anything with the other stuff that they're doing here. And I think they'll be fine with the fence posts. I'll get them started, and then I think they'll be good to go because it's a pretty simple task putting in the stonework for the posts out here. So that being said, I'm going to close. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until that time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.